welcome back again everyone. Last time I was doing the internal throttle for here, and the only thing I didn't finish off was a cable retainer, and I've made that one. Now it's basically the same as the ones which we were doing, very similar process, so I didn't want to go through all the process of doing that. For its function, it's going to be further up the handlebars here, and the cables are going to fit into that, and then the slide is going to be pulled backwards and forwards towards it. Now I did actually make a new slide. I wasn't totally happy with the one I had. There was two things. The hole which I drilled here to clear the brake cable was, I think it was 6mm or 6.5. I drilled it, and by the time I did that, and then when I hacksawed through to the centre where the accelerator cable went, it was very close, and there was only a couple of millimetres of meat left in that. And I always believe it, if you think something's going to fail, it will fail, so do something about it. So I re-drilled this, and yes, it's only a millimetre smaller, 5mm, but when I hacksawed through to the centre of this, I made sure I didn't cut into go past it, which I did on the other one. So that's all ready, and I'll just show you how it goes together. So the accelerator cable will fit through the centre of that, and the outer is held in place by that, and the inner goes into there, so it's going to slide backwards and forwards. As it pulls the cable, it's going to open the throttle. The slide goes backwards and forwards. Now the brake cable, and here, it also goes through the cable stop, and then that will go off to the lever. Now when I make everything, I'm going to shorten this cable, so there's going to be extra on the outer, but you can see there that the inner's running past through the big groove, the channel in there, so as it moves backwards and forwards, they're not going to interfere with each other. Well, that's the idea. Now I haven't quite finished this yet. I'm putting it on hold, partly because the outer, which goes onto here, the twist grip of the throttle, I've got to put that on there, and also the handlebars are going to have to be grooved with a groove like that. But before I do that, I want a ring on this end to hold the throttle, so this throttle is not going to move backwards and forwards. It's butted up against that as you turn. I'm going to make that one out of either brass or stainless steel. The other end, need to make something for that end to stop it going that way. What I've decided to use, I've ordered a little mirror bracket which is going to clamp around here and hold the mirror, and I have got the mirrors ready. Ordered a pair of them. There they are, just little classic round ones, but I'm going to sling it underneath there so it's out the way, if you can see that, and that way it's going to keep the low profile of the bike. It's not making it too high, and it's a little bit inobtrusive. You know, you're not going to notice it as badly, just hidden away down there. Now, as I mentioned, I'm making a remote brake servo, so I'm going to have cables from here going down to here, and then on into there I've got this master cylinder. And this master cylinder, it's a rear one, but it's the same internal diameter as the hand grip one which I had, and the intention is to put it into here. Now this tape here is where the bottom of the tank goes to, so if I can squeeze it into the little gap there, there's only a little bit of it going to be sticking out the bottom here, so everything's going to be inside of here. When I make the gusset plates for either side, I'll have to slide it in when I put it into place. The master cylinder with it not having much room, and I don't want to have a master cylinder outside anywhere. I'm going to put it at the edge of the tank. So basically it's going to go in there, but on the other side. This pipe coming out the bottom, it's offset to that side, so if I put it there, it's going away from the top tube. So if I put it on there, yes, I'll have to take the tank off to be able to fill it up, but that'll only be held on with one bolt, I think, in the centre. But I'll be able to see it, so I know when it needs topping up. So the master cylinder is going to sit in there, and it'll be bolted onto the plates, the gusset plates, and the cable is going to come through here and sit down there, and then I'll have to make up some kind of lever to join these two together and get it pivoted from up here somewhere so that it can move backwards and forwards as the brake cable's pulled, and I'll push the master cylinder through there. So that's the idea. And also, with it being under here, I can gain access to this, because this is going to be the only adjustment point. So a little bit like just like a rear wheel, where you've got shoes on the back and you've got some kind of wing nut, and that's what I'm going to put under here. I've got some nice brass wing nuts, I might put one of them under, see how I get on. Now, to hold it all in place, there's going to be the gusset plate. Now, the old gusset plates, I ground them off and chiselled them off, if you remember. So I've made a template. I've been doing some CAD work. Now, this is not my joke, it's a guy called, I think he goes by the name of Doc Cox, and he's on one of the cafe racer sites, and he called it CAD, Cardboard Aid Design. So I've pinched the joke off him, so give him the credit for that. So it's going to fit on here. If I put it round the far side, I can see whereabouts we're going to place it. Well, I'll just tape it in place. Right, so I've just put a few pieces of masking tape on there. I'm going to try and hold it in place. Right, so the card's held on the back there. This master cylinder in about there. I'll just mark the holes of where the bolts are going to go. Right, so I've marked a few holes on there. Third time I got it right. So where they are, let's say that's going to be sitting around about there. So there is this part here which is going to be hanging down below the tank, but when you have the tank on, you'll have to get it at a very low angle to be able to actually see it, so it'll be mainly hidden away. Right, now the next thing, I need those bolt holes so you can see that's going past the original one. If I just mark where the pipes are here, take that off. So I need to get this bolt hole here. So we're going to have a bolt hole there and one around here somewhere. So to use the gusset plates to hold that, I'll maybe take something round like that. Give it a little bit of shape to this. Just curve it round there. And then, so that will come out far enough to cover one of the bolt holes for holding the caliper on. So the caliper will go hard up against this plate. It's flat on this side with these two lugs for the bolts to go into and the threaded. So when I put it on, I just need to put bolts in from the back. Slide it up and put the bolts in. I will have to put a few holes in these, one in that side to let the, maybe the, let's see, to let the pipes out. So one's going to be around here somewhere, and the other one for the actual brake will be on, the brake line is going to be on this side, so it's going to be around about there somewhere. Maybe it's coming out lower down. So I'll put 2 holes, one on either side, and leave room to put a grommet around there so it doesn't rub against the pipes. So I'll cut this out and put it back in place and see what it looks like, and then we'll try to make one out of sort of a bit of mild steel plate. I've got some plate the same thickness as the gussets which we took off. Right, I've cut the plate out and the cardboard template for it, so I'll just try and put that in place here. That's going to go, and I'll just try and tape it to the right height. Right, so that's it on my cardboard template. Like I was saying, the tank runs about there, so we've only got this part here hanging down below. So I think what I'm going to do is cut that plate out there and then tack it into place, and at least I can hold this into place while we'll look at making the lever and the other plate for the other side. I found a piece of plate, right thickness, that'll do for both sides, so I mark this out. This has been cut out for something else before, and none of the sides are exactly straight, so I'm cutting away from this edge to make sure that I can get I think I'll use the little disc grinder so I can get it on there without falling off the lip on the edge. Right, so something like that, and then I'll have to do another one, so I'll turn that over so I've got the opposite side. Yeah, I'll get that one on there. And with this one I don't need to put the 2 holes in. I'm just wondering whether to make those a little bit more pointed. A bit like that, I think. I'll cut that one, then pour it onto there, make sure I get them both the same. Right, so let's drill those 2 first. Clean the edges of the hole up with a large drill. Take the burrs off. Right, so I've just got the 2 bolts in there, so it fits on there. So now to try and cut this out. So we'll have to try and get the angle grinder and cut out what we can. I'll go on the bench grinder now and try and tidy this edge up. Right, so got that cleaned up a little bit. I think I'll get a big half round file and see if I can clean these up a little bit more. I don't know if you noticed, but as I was grinding that, I wasn't keeping the grinder at 90 degrees to the surface, I was tipping it down. It was Craig Jones from Doghouse Customs. I was watching him and it did work out quite well to get around there. You've got to keep back a little bit from your line and sort of dig into it as you go, get deeper and deeper. But this one didn't work out so good because the radius is tighter than the radius of the grinder. So now we'll get the file out and try and clean that up. I'll give that a try into place, and then if it fits okay, then I'll transfer that last little shape here onto the other one before I cut that one out. Right, so this one's working out fine. I've had it in place, so I'm going to mark this one so I get this part here the same. But I'm not going to cut this one out yet until I get the whole thing finished. Get the other one on first, in case things don't go well. So what we need to do now is bolt this on here, clamp it into place, and then I'll get a few spot welds on. I'll not go around and weld it all up yet. I'll just leave a few spots on until we get finished and everything's working right. And that means if there's any mistakes I can easily take it off. And the final weld will be done when I get everything finished. We haven't got a lot to do now. Let's finish this off. Then I think the tank, need a tank mounting, and then a battery box holder, and I suppose the for the key switch holder I need that. So there's about 4 pieces of welding to do, and then we can think about doing a strip down, I think. So I've got the master cylinder onto the gusset plate. I'll just put it in place and clamp it there. Now you may have noticed that this brake cable is damaged. It's an old one, and I was just putting it on it to make sure that everything's okay with the brake switch, that it's not going to catch. Because if you noticed, I've got a hydraulic brake switch on it again, so it's cutting down on switches on levers, anything like that. Right, so the plate's on there. I'm just going to get a few spots around it to hold it there. Right, so I've got the first plate in place, ready to do the levers. I think is going to be the next thing. So thanks again for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.